to believe that these products were stolen. And once again in this statement, they said that none of the products we're selling are counterfeit, nothing to do with any of this is counterfeit shoes, which is correct. They did not get raided for selling counterfeit shoes. Let me just make that clear. But then just a few days later came the twist that nobody saw coming. And just days after the raid, LAPD released evidence photos linking the seized good to train cargo thefts across California. And according to reports, investigators discovered over $500,000 worth of stolen Nike products. And they dropped evidence photos of these sneakers being put on a pallet. Some of them had not even been released yet. And this $500,000 worth of stolen products included 2,100 pairs of sneakers and 150 boxes of Nike apparel that were stolen. And directly traced to freight train robberies. You see, LAPD's cargo theft task force has been tracking down these stolen shipments for months. And when they followed the trail, it allegedly led straight to the CoolKicks warehouse. And what began as a simple raid quickly turned into something far bigger. A criminal investigation linking LA's most famous sneaker store to organized cargo theft. And Nike has been dealing with a serious problem that they cannot get under control. And this involves an ongoing wave of train robberies that are targeting high
That's how you know. That's how you know product and human capital is very different weighted out. Product is weighs more than human capital any day. Because we're in America. So Nike was gonna find them shoes. Nike was gonna find you. You cool kids. You whoever they snitched on. I hope it was nobody black though. Hey, he was getting his bread. So I'd have been like, hey, I've been living life fast.
value sneaker shipments headed from the factories to retail stores. So basically, when they leave the Nike manufacturing warehouse and they go to stores like Foot Locker, Champs, the Jordan store, Shoe Palace, people are tipping off criminals as to when and where these shipments are going by train. And since early 2024, freight trains carrying Nike and Jordan products through California and Arizona have been attacked repeatedly. And this has caused thieves to steal over $2 million in Nike merchandise, often targeting limited edition pairs. And the way that they do it is almost out of a movie. So organized crews hop on these trains in a nearby city and ride them out into the middle of the desert. And once they get into the middle of nowhere where there's no buildings or nothing around, they cut the air brake hoses of the train. And this causes an emergency stop in the middle of a desert. And once the train halts, they pry open containers and load up sneakers into waiting trucks, and they vanish before law enforcement can arrive. And police have been trying to track down these organized criminal groups that are doing this, and they've tracked down a few of these, and one of them involved a theft of over 2,000 pairs of the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 brick by brick shoes. Yeah, the all red ones. That release was almost scrapped due to this theft. And this happened in Perrin.
2,000 pairs. You know, charged with possessing over 440,000 worth. Latest BNSF train theft. 2,000 pairs at $200. I for sure know that. 2,000. Wait, that shouldn't be. Huh. That shouldn't be that much money. It has to be more than just. Never mind. I'm thinking of a smaller number. Shit. I would have got them bricks off. If he had 2,000 pairs of brick by bricks, I'd have been selling them for 450. Let's see what 450 times 2,000 is. 450 times 2,000. Shit. You would have seen me in another country. I'd have been Aruba. Or fucking, I'd have been in. Shit.
Arizona on January 13th, 2025, with over $440,000 worth of Nike and Jordan merchandise was stolen. And this was just one of the train heists. Another time that this happened and got documented was November 2024, where over 1,200 pairs of Air Jordan 11 sneakers were stolen from a freight train in California. They target California and Arizona because of these deserts that the trains have to go through. And they stole over $310,000 worth of Nike merchandise. And Nike has began using GPS trackers that get hidden in the shipments to help them recover this stolen cargo, which is how these thieves got caught with a U-Haul rental truck that was filled to the brim with stolen sneakers in Arizona. And on top of these multiple train robberies, I recently made a video about this with the Project Blitz situation, where shipments from the Memphis facility are being shipped out to Nike stores as well. They put counterfeit or fraudulent labels on there. So when they ship these boxes of hundreds of pairs of Jordans to the Nike stores like Champs, Foot Locker, Jordan stores, or Shoe Palace, criminals pay the workers to slap on a shipment label that goes over the other label so that when they get picked up by UPS or USPS, they get delivered into a undisclosed location instead.
If you against that, if you against that's capitalism. That's taking. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can break down capitalism. Capitalism is making so that money, revenue, profits, gross, GDP, whatever you want to call it, is at the forefront of everything. It supersedes humans. It supersedes religion. It supersedes everything. And then when you combine it with racism, it's a whole different beast. But at its purest essence, let's read what capitalism is so that we all are on the same page. I want this bad. All right. Capitalism. Capitalism is an economic system where the means of production are privately owned and operated for profit. Like how it's a non-profit, I think non-profits. Anyways, it is characterized by a competitive market, private property rights, and the use of capital for investments in such systems. Prices, production, and distribution are largely determined by supply and demand, with minimal government intervention. Although various forms of capitalism exist with different degrees of regulation and public ownership, while supporters argue it drives innovation and economic growth, critics point to potential outcomes like income inequality and exploitation of labor. And labor exploitation, yes. So capitalism is directly involved in the theft because why? Let's see. If I could pay your worker who's not getting paid livable wages, let's say you pay your worker in Mississippi $14.50 an hour. Not really livable. But if I could make their livable wage $42 an hour for each label they could get to me, I think I just beat you for your supply and demand. So now I get to be a part of your supply, and now I get to demand from other people that want this product. You feel me? You help me, I help you, compositor. Anywho, fuck out my face if you think this is foul. Oh, you're not supposed to steal. It says it in the Bible. Bro, there's a lot of shit the Bible says that you niggas don't, man. Anyway, bro, I'm tired of preaching y'all folk, man.
instead of these retail chains. And I've made 2 videos addressing both of these situations separately. I made a video on the train robberies, and I also made a video on the Project Blitz raid that was pretty similar to this. And these incidents are part of an ongoing trend that has plagued Nike's supply chain for the past few years. And these stolen, unreleased Nike sneakers end up in the hands of CoolKicks, StockX, booths at like SneakerCon. But when LAPD discovered boxes at CoolKicks Santa Monica warehouse that was matching the description and the product codes of stolen shipments, this triggered a full-scale investigation. And that is why CoolKicks got raided. It is not because of counterfeit sneakers that they're selling out of their store, but it's because authorities believed that they are in possession of stolen train cargo tied directly to these multi-state heists. And as of now, the investigation is still ongoing, and authorities have yet to announce.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Nike has been sending in undercover people into all of the resale stores across the nation. And they're like, let me see. We got these, because you don't think they have a spreadsheet with everything that's stolen, highlighted in red, that in a super sophisticated system. And they scan that barcode. Oh, okay, this was stolen. They're going to do it 20 to 30 more times to see if they can verify if it's all stolen product. Adil Shams. Damn.
A formal felony charge against the CoolKicks team or the owner, Adil Shams, and it still has not been proven that they are.
All right, so let's go to CoolKicks. And did they snitch? Did they snitch? CoolKicks is closing. That's funny. That was me. What? Kias Omar. He knows that. He should not be doing a reaction. So they didn't know shit.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart?
Guys, today we've got Nike giving away instant guarantee W's, a huge Jordan restock coming, and the CoolKicks raid somehow just got way bigger. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday. Let's get into a release recap, starting off with this one, which just pissed me off. Adidas Pharrell Jellyfish. So they dropped in 2 different colors. We got the green and the gray. And you know what? This was one thing I was like, okay, the orange ones, they resell for well over $1,000. They're untouchable now, at least for me personally. With the release of these 2, I thought, okay, now it's time for them to start making more pairs. This one's gonna be a lot easier to get my hands on. No, these things were almost just as impossible as the first one. So yes, I and most people did not manage to get these, but hey, if you're one of the lucky ones, let me know in the comments. Oh, and apparently the green ones glow in the dark. I didn't even know that, but that's
When did they come out? Comment down below if you know when they came out. When did they come out? Alright, definitely one up here. I don't know.
sick. Do see a Nike drop.
Also, like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers. Like, comment, and subscribe. Or I'm gonna get beat.
Their new collection and collaboration. This included a bunch of different pieces. This got to be like one of the bigger collaborations that they've done. So we had 3 different colorways of the Baltaro boot, which a lot of people wanted. I tried to go for the orange ones. They sold out instantly. In fact, most of the stuff sold out instantly. Now the silver lining here is that there is going to be another release through the Nike sneakers app. However, it's not going to include the orange colorway of the boot. We're getting the brown, the black, and then a bunch of pieces from the apparel collection. So you can take a look little look at it over here, this is going to be dropping on the 17th of October. So you're getting like the sweatsuits, obviously the brown, gray, and black, and then you're getting these thermal pullovers. I like these, but the V-neck got me a little bit like, don't know if I actually want it. Some utility hoodies for $280, which is not cheap. Ton of really cool stuff. So yeah, if you missed out on the first one, there you go. So moving on to some upcoming stuff, but first off, I want to start with something that's pretty interesting. I don't think we've seen this before. Nike handed out instant Gotham tickets. These are golden tickets where you can see over here, it says a Gotham like no other. You want access to one launch style of your choice from October 10th to November 18th. So essentially you can redeem this and get any sneaker you want, like guaranteed W for that drop. We're not entirely sure what's going to be dropping between those times that would actually require this. A lot of people are saying like the Travis Scott fragments are coming up, which potentially you could use this for. I think the current release date for those Travis fragments is the 8th of November, so that potentially could be a massive W if you have this ticket. This was handed out the Race 312 sneaker stash in Chicago, so I'm not entirely sure how many people got this, but I think it's pretty interesting to see that they're doing this because there could be plenty of other times in the future that they start rolling this out. This could have just been like the first one that they
Idea a bunch of hoes. Cause why don't they only do them sneaker stashes in Chicago and New York, sometimes LA, but mainly Chicago. So foul, bro. So foul. Y'all foul.
beta test, and then if it does well and people really like it, then they'll continue doing it. They potentially could even start doing this online, because we know that that's something Adidas has done on the Confirmed app, except it would just be a lot more valuable on the Nike Sneakers app because their stuff is a lot harder to get. Oh, there's the Voodoo Jordan 1s as well. That could be a cool one to redeem it on. The annoying thing would be is like if you do redeem it on one of those or any other release and then the Travis fragments drop then you've already used your ticket. That would be, yeah, so I guess you got some decisions to make. Jordan Brand just opened a brand new store in Philadelphia, a new World of Flight store, and they're also going to be doing some restocks. Now, this was a little post that we saw from the people who attended. So they actually restocked a bunch of sneakers at that store for the grand opening. So you can see here we got Black Cat 3s, we got Black Cements, a bunch of other ones, Grape 5s, Fear 4s. Now, this was all the stuff that were just like kind of available in store. However, they did also showcase that there's going to be a bunch of other sneakers that are going to be dropping over the next few weeks. We got the Flu Games, the Swarovski Crystal ones.
Damn, I tried for those. Oh, that's damn near tomorrow. What's today's date?
The White Cement 4s, Black Toe 14s, the Black Metallics, that could be a crazy one, and the Ferrari 14s. So we actually have some, I guess, restock dates for all of this. Now just keep in mind that all of these shoes you will be able to enter. It's like a regional drop on the Nike Sneakers app, and then you pick them up in store at this World of Flight store in Philadelphia. So here's all of the different dates and all of the different shoes dropping, a decent amount over here. So I don't know if you're in that area and you want to pick up any of these that you maybe missed out on. There you go. I'm not going to read out each and every one, but you can pause the video. Those are all the dates and all of the sneakers. Sticking with Jordans, more people are talking about Jordans sitting. I made a video on this when I just went to the US. I was in Vegas and I went sneaker shopping, and a big conversation right now is just the sheer amount of Jordan retros that are sat in stores and being discounted. So we got this shot over here, which I think is pretty crazy, but you have a ton of really cool pairs that are already discounted, but then also have an extra 30% off on top of the price that you.
If you have an Amazon store, go get them. If you got an Amazon store, go get them. Promise you don't cash out on that shit. Actually. I just gave myself an idea.
you see here. So reimagine Jordan 1 UNCs, they're down to $140, but then with an additional 30%, that gets even crazier. Shattered backboards seem full price, same as these ones, which I don't even think have released globally. Those are just in the US, but we've got rare air ones. We've got these. That is a crazy steal. Surely that cannot be true because these things just dropped. I can't remember the exact name of them, but they're the Lucha Libre Jordan 3s. It says here $160 plus an extra 30%. That's wild.
Mexicans didn't give a fuck about them shoes, bro. That's why. If Mexicans really cared about them shits would be gone. Not a Jordan 3 Lucha Libre in sight. Mexicans buy more stuff than black people ever could. There are way more people. If they cared about that shoe, it would be gone. It didn't speak to them. They just said Lucha Libre. I don't even think that's the name, but it's funny as fuck that he said that. Hey, it is what it is. It's Lucha Libre 3s now, bitch.
And the dunks down to $90 with an extra 30. Ton of really cool stuff here. So I guess the moral of the story, guys, is if you live near a Nike outlet.
I just said Lucha Libre. I think these are the vested hair 3s. Oh God, they're funny.
Or any retail stores and you missed out on a bunch of styles, go and check because there's some crazy discounts on right now and the outlets are looking pretty good, at least in my experience. Let me know if you've come up on anything crazy in terms of Jordans in your stores. Moving over to some new drops that are happening this month. First one I actually think is really sick. Thug Club and Adidas have an entire collection including multiple sneakers dropping very soon. October 20th is the date for this, and let me show you some of these pictures because they're looking clean. So first off, I think my favorite piece has to be these boots. So this is the Adidas GS9 boot and they go hard. Like look at the light distressing around them. There's just like the paneling looks really cool. It's obviously like a tactical winterized boot style. We got some superstar boots which also look pretty cool. A white and a red, and then also this happened.
Alright, yeah, I had to get this is long-winded.
On October the 7th. So this confirms that
I meant widow. This widow. Long with it.
whatever was going on with CoolKicks was that it was definitely part of a much larger sneaker theft thing, organized crime ring. But what this has a lot of people speculating is like, did CoolKicks, you know, they went after CoolKicks, did they give up the person who they bought these shoes from? This guy over here who got arrested with all of these shoes, did CoolKicks give up their plug? Was this the guy that sold all of those sneakers to CoolKicks? Obviously nothing has been confirmed by the police because I don't think they're going to divulge that kind of information, but the timeline does kind of suggest that, or at least you could easily make that assumption. And with the sheer
deal was like, I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you everything. Please don't make them smear peanut butter on my asshole. Please. He was not doing the jail, bro. You think that, what is he, Pakistani? Was doing, you know how many Pakistani people's in jail in America? Like 0.01. Let's see. They would be making Pakistanis put oatmeal in their ass. What? How many Pakistani people are in jail in the U.S.? In the USA, there's no readily available. They're not even in jail. You would think, because you would probably use some type of racial trope about them being, yeah, but they not even in jail. He knew they was like, ooh, a Pakistani, he got plump up.
amount of sneakers in this guy's home, he could be supplying a bunch of other sneaker resellers. Now, the police did say in their statement when they raided CoolKicks that more arrests were to be expected, and seeing the turnaround on this, they are not playing around at all. Like, this is something crazy. And from my time, like, I've done quite a few sneaker shopping videos now, and particularly the ones in the US, the resale stores that I've been to, there is quite a few of them that sell early sneakers, and you have to wonder how many of those are on the radar of the police. If I was a sneaker resale store, I would be absolutely petrified. But overall, like in broader terms, like what does all of this mean for the sneaker game, the sneaker market? Because I feel like obviously this is clearly just the next big thing. I'm expecting plenty more to come out of this. In the short term, we're probably going to see like a lot of fear from a lot of these different resellers, maybe a lot of panic selling, stores being extra cautious. So I don't know if you'll really be able to go into stores and see them selling early sneakers anymore. Like everyone's probably on their best behavior in terms of these sneaker resellers. But in the long term, I can see this significantly changing the way that the whole sneaker game is in terms of specifically the whole resale market. It's probably going to cause like a lot of these resellers to tighten up. It's going to be a lot more cleaner, a more legitimate resale ecosystem. The whole like plug era is probably over now, because a lot of these resale sources are going to have to be more, I guess, just legitimate, more verified, and more like, you know, where are these shoes originally coming from? But a lot of those
That early shit is over. Unless you get it from a Nike rep, somebody that worked at Nike or Jordan. That early shit's over. It's cooked, bro. Oh, and that Kenny the Boulder guy. Let's get to him. It's in Deepwater, 2nd Street. And the rock starts in the cruises and the service on music. 2nd Street calls out CoolKicks.
So we got some big, and I'm talking big reseller beef. Why don't we get into it? So this is between CoolKicks LA and also 2nd Street. 2nd Street is a large vintage, shop. That's just the way I can put it. They have over 800 locations. So I'm first things off the bat, explain the situation. Then I just got to ask, what is CoolKicks doing? They're messing with way too big of a player. They're out of their league. But let's continue. So the CoolKicks owner recently brought some sneakers to 2nd Street. He posted a video on it. The thing about these sneakers is they're fake as hell. CoolKicks owner is bringing some fakes to 2nd Street. I mean, look at this born and raised. You're telling me that is a rep tag. I mean, the shoes are leaning. Talk about it. Oof. But yeah, that video which they posted talking about they scammed CoolKicks bashing 2nd Street. It's weird because, that video is no longer on the CoolKicks channel. So just suspicious. And it's not like the owner literally posted himself on his own.
Alright, I'm over the CoolKicks drama because I'm not against people stealing. I'm just not. You think I would be? That's crazy. Let's look at Pokey Streets. This is what really. Yeah, Pokey Streets is better. That was crazy loud. God damn. The dude with the backpack is the weirdest person on earth. 10th place in me, I don't think they have a chance of something worth their time on. It's actually sad because everyone online will post it on Facebook Market. Grown adults, the war zone is crazy. It makes me laugh people do this in stores. Just buy a bot and never have to do this again. Or we should be able to fist fight to the death. Come down to a single all the way. Lower in time being. My kids buying one bed each in Dollar Tree to make $5. Yeah, I'll just take everything. I wouldn't care.
You ain't getting all that, bro. You're wild. Damn, that's wild, bro. This is insane, bro. You guys are ridiculous. Who wants to grab a couple of this?
What the hell?
Dude really thought he was gonna take the whole part. Right out of that fucking part, too. Shit. Yeah, at least I won't get that for you. Hey, yeah. I just want to. Can I grab like five, just five, man? What'd you get? Just this one. Okay.
One thing you can't be mad about is Americans will popularize something and make it like look real stupid. And that's good. That's really good. It's really, really good.
They get crazy in these poker streets. Trainers getting. They get crazy in these poker streets. Trainers getting. They get crazy in these poker streets.
This is public. This is public. This is public.
Nope.
This is public.
Leave the store. Leave the store now.
He said they didn't have any items for us. He said he didn't speak to me, but he did speak to me earlier. This is public. This is public. This is public.
Nope.
This is public.
Leave the store. Leave the store now.
He said they didn't have any items for us. He said he didn't speak to me, but he did speak to me earlier. This is public. This is public. This is public.
Nope.
This is public.
Actually, you can't record them. What was they call it? Commercial buildings if they don't allow it. So it's not public, stupid ass. Where is this at? This is crazy.
It's gonna end up bad, and then they're not gonna sell anything to anybody. They came around.
Why is there just some kid without a shirt? Yeah, that's what. What the? Where was this? I mean, like, this is sick. Yeah, this is sickening. People are fucking stupid. Especially over this Pokemon stuff. I like to get it, but...
Jerry! Jerry! Bro, Jerry! Jerry, bro! Oh my god! I had to beat the shit out of so many kids for this shit! They almost arrested me for this shit!
Bro, for retail?
Yeah.
This shit, 2,500. I'm about to put this shit on Rainbed.
Oh, that's a 20 we're gonna stand! Wait, what? We can get another Pokemon! Yeah! I went to a garage sale, bro. I stole this shit! I looked it up, bro. This shit go for 2,500, bro!
Bro, I found this for $10 on Facebook Marketplace, bro. It's $310 now, bro.
Fuck them kids, man!
They don't.
Latino comedy don't really be ever funny for real. I mean, sketches, it's like your Juno probably the only one. The other ones, you have to be Hispanic to get it. Honestly, that's the majority of the country. So.
And we had a couple IRs too. We had a Bulbasaur and what was the other one? An Execute. So fish, strange timepiece, Celebi, Magma, Mantine. Oh, there it is.
Shout out to that card. I got it at PSA right now. Hopefully it gets a 10 so I can get my bread back. Anyways, yes, but let's see about the Pokemon card stores. Let's see. Let's just type and see what complete by the fates. Complete. It was long. He made so much bread, bro. Let's see what this. I've been seeing this. I just was.
Box is a fun and convenient way for you to unbox some of your favorite rare trading cards. They have a thriving...
This is how it went down. He just ran around, boom, 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 boom. And the first spot he hit was our booster boxes over here. After that, he came over here, rummaged our slabs, and then he took the whole entire case, he just joined them into his bag, and then he ran out.
One September night, just before midnight, Tom Pham, the owner of TP Collectibles in Garland, Texas, a card shop specializing in Pokemon, wrapped up a long day of work, locked up, and went home for the night. Minutes later, tragedy struck. A dark-colored sedan with no license plate pulled up in front of the shop. Tom didn't know it yet, but this car had been waiting in the lot next door for hours. The driver was waiting for his opportunity to strike. Someone sporting a mask shattered the front door and entered the store carrying a trash bag. The thief ran behind the counter, first hitting up the sealed Pokemon booster boxes, then the graded card case, and finally the singles. He was in and out in under 90 seconds, and Tom was just lying down in bed.
Damn, my nigga's a trained athlete. Warns the rule of law. Very much under attack. Yeah, I mean, we're under fascism ruling tectocracy. So, I mean, we're screwed. But this is fun.
When his phone alerted him that the store's security alarm had been triggered.
And by the time I open up my phone and look at the cameras, he's already out of the building. That's how quick it was.
In total, the thief had taken just under $20,000 worth of product. The next morning, Tom gave me an inside look at how a local card shop responds to a tragedy like this, and how they move forward, or not. However, while putting this video together, I learned that this wasn't just a story about one unfortunate robbery. The same individual was already linked to at least one other burglary of a card shop, and possibly even more. More and more card shops are getting broken into, but why? The overall climate of the card hobby may have something to do with it. An unprecedented spike in new collectors, a shortage of available products, high market prices, and countless incidents of resellers fighting over who gets a piece of the pie. For some veterans, this isn't the first time we've seen popularity at this level.
It's the biggest thing from Japan since the Power Rangers.
There was even a man who pulled a gun on another customer just to get Pokemon cards.
For some first-time collectors, they've entered a fantastic community of Pokemon diehards.
See, I've been $5 discounting Pokemon cards for a long time. Now you can't even do it. See, this is when capitalism approaches into stuff that you like to do. I'm playing, allegedly.
That just want to appreciate and create memories together. But with an influx of new community members also brings an influx of bad actors, and inevitably, some of those bad actors may turn our friends into victims.
He went straight for our booster box. Right over here. He took the whole entire case, he just joined them into his bag, and then he ran out.
$12,000?
The case was definitely loaded.
Do you think that this robber?
Hey, brother, you don't have business insurance? Then use a bitch. And I think because you have a commercial building, that you have to have commercial insurance, you have to have business insurance, so you should have some type of insurance that will cover that loss. Just file the claim, pay your deductible. If you don't have business insurance, you shouldn't be operating, right?
Was a customer that's been in the store before.
Unless he does everything perfectly, he's definitely gonna slip through the cracks somewhere.
The next morning, Tom's closest friends rallied around him to pick up the pieces.
At first, I was very shocked and I was panicked, but after a while, you just come to accept it, and some things you can't control.
Loved ones stopped by to deliver food and well wishes.
If they want to go out of their way and do that, that's how you know they really care.
Regulars walked up having no idea the store would not be open that day.
This is not gonna stop us, We're gonna be back open tomorrow. As soon as the store gets fixed, we're back in business. Yeah, see you tomorrow, buddy.
A post to social media was met with countless heartwarming comments from the community.
We've been getting lots of messages, lots of love, lots of support. So even though this is a very tough situation to be in, with so much support and feedback we've been getting, it's been great, and I've been powering through it.
After I heard the news, I came by to check on Tom, and when I walked up, I was struck by the boarded up door and pieces of glass all over the place.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, not as bad as what's out there, man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I mean, some things are just out of control, but we're gonna be moving forward stronger.
There's a lot of glass out there, man. What happened exactly?
Tom then gave me the play-by-play of what took place.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You know exactly what happened. So why the fuck you asking him what happened? Do you have insurance when you have a brick and mortar store? Sometimes like workers' compensation, workers' comp, commercial auto insurance, disability insurance. I recommend insurance, general liability, property insurance. If you don't have like, bro, if you don't have none of these insurances, bro, and you'll be like, oh, it costs blah. Pick what you bundle, just bundle with your home. Start. Shut up.
This is how it went down. He just ran around, boom, 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 boom. And the first spot he hit was our booster boxes over here. He yoinked them into his little itty bitty plastic bag. After that, he came over here, rummaged our slabs, and then over here, he just came and took 4 rows of our high-end singles and then just left after that.
Let's examine the thief's route in more detail. First, the suspect shattered the glass of the front door and slipped inside. However, a marking on his right forearm led to some speculation that he may have cut himself on the glass on the way in, but both police and Tom were unable to find any blood.
You think that he got cut on the door as he was trying to come in?
It's a possibility. It's hard to tell from the footage.
So you probably looked around if there was a trail of blood or anything like that, right?
Yeah, we didn't see any of that, unfortunately.
After entering, he wasted no time running behind the counter, making a mad dash for the sealed product in this area.
He went straight for our booster boxes right over here.
What type of booster boxes did you have over there?
We had about 6 Brilliant Stars, Crimson Invasion, Destined Rivals, Stellar Crown, Twilight Masquerade. We had like the whole Scarlet Violet block.
For that area over there, what would you say is the approximate value that he took?
Probably around at least $5,000 to $7,000.
$5,000 to $7,000 just from that area.
Just from booster boxes. You know, it adds up really quick because some of these booster boxes are over $500 a pop, and 6 of them already is already about $3,000.
After that, he turned his attention to the sealed case containing graded cards.
He had a little trash bag where he would just slide them into.
Oh, so he put all the cards into a trash bag?
Yeah, just imagine like a clear.
I'm done with this motherfucker acting surprised. Stupid. Shut the fuck up. Man, shut up. Just shut up. Slime life shouting. The interview on the longer boat. What is in the worst but overhyped. Yeah, Israel prepares to welcome the last. Yeah, I'm just looking at stuff that CoolKicks. Yeah. It's not looking good for everybody.
Bunch in boxers, preschool prints, and expensive designer drawers.
Virgin Gang, hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Let's talk a little bit about the chaos that's ensuing the Pokemon space as we speak. Apparently, some people are just not having a good time anymore. Some people's faith is wavering. Maybe some people have seen it. Maybe you're actually experiencing yourself. Maybe you purchased some stuff and you just don't have the backing that you used to anymore for some of the products and some of the purchases you put your seal of approval on. So maybe some people have seen it, but I guess there's a little bit of market stagnation happening. It's not really moving so much anymore. What's happening is people are looking at their handy dandy collector graphs and they're noticing that stuff doesn't have little green arrows next to it anymore. It's just kind of sitting. It's not really moving in any direction. And in some cases, the horror that's going to come out, I mean, it's October, scary month. The scariest thing is happening to people. There's red arrows next to things and it's going down. Some stuff that people have claimed would never dip whatsoever. It's just going to go up and up, and the interest will always be there, and people will always be ready and willing to buy it. And Pokemon cards just move up forever, as we all know. I think Fusion Strike was being talked about. I guess that's dipped a little bit, even though Fusion Strike is still ridiculously expensive. Celebrations has dipped a little bit, particularly the Ultra Premium Collection. I think the ETB dipped a little bit. People were kind of throwing a big old fit about that. They're like, oh, it's supposed to keep going up. The 30th anniversary is coming. And people are just kind of losing a little bit of faith in what they bought. It's kind of weird to see it happening so quick. We're not even in 2026 yet. And people are already just kind of questioning all the things that they were fed over the last year, over the last few months, where people are like, oh, Pokemon product's supposed to do that. To me, my collector app, I have that to actually keep track of what I have. I don't give two fucks about what the price is doing. I check it on it sometimes, and everything I've got is going up pretty much. Everything that I'm doing, my total for what's going on with Pokemon is ridiculously high. It's something that I think is a little goofy. I'm not really having any issues looking at what's going on whatsoever. I guess people are looking at the nitty gritty. People are looking at the things that they bought, and they're starting to question things too. And I happen to think it might be a little bit of the modern things people are picking up. Maybe a little bit of the prismatic, maybe a little bit of the 151, maybe a little bit of the booster boxes and the booster bundles from the Scarlet and Violet era, where people were told, you know, hey, there's not really a big chance of the reprints. And even if there are reprints, what are the chances of those plebs getting it in their hands? As long as you got these bots, as long as you got all these different ways to skirt the system, you know, what's the matter, right? Pokemon is definitely going to start listening to other demographics other than the money people at this point. So I don't know if people know this. I don't know if the actual money bros and the flippers know this. You don't run this place, and that's going to be a cold, cold reality some of you guys are going to figure out at some point. Players run this place. Players run the Pokemon TCG. That is who Pokemon will cater to forever. That is who they will make product for and make reprints for and make sure cards get into people's hands for the rest of their existence. They do not care what you do on the secondhand market with anything they're doing. They don't care about your job. They don't care about you feeding your family with this shit. They don't care about you quitting your previous employment in order to be a Pokemon seller or a Pokemon influencer because it was your lifelong dream and now you're achieving it. Now Pokemon's ruining it by making all these prints and all this stuff. They don't care about that. They will cater to players. They will make sure playable cards and playable sets get out there in droves to make sure that the tournaments, the TCG events keep happening. That is what Pokemon truly cares about. And it's going to be
big money in tournaments, people. That's why you should learn how to play. Big money in tournaments. Big money in tournaments. The last championship, motherfucker won 3.5. You know what I would do for 3.5? Oh, hit off with that. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, I'm almost close. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. So, like, comment, and subscribe. That's what you should be hearing from me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for viewing. It's much welcome. Much obliged. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Okay? Okay.